Hello, everyone. My friends and colleagues, after 52 years in this industry, I speak to you today with a heart full of gratitude and a soul troubled by concern. There are truths about our business that I will no longer stay silent about. We stand at a crossroads, and I feel both profound thankfulness for what you, the professional backyard leisure specialists of Canada, have built, and deep alarm at the threat facing everything we've together worked for. First, the gratitude. You haven't just sold pools, swim spas, hot tubs, and cold plunge tubs. You've created the backdrop for countless cherished Canadian family memories. Every backyard pool party where children learn to swim for the first time, every quiet evening under the stars in a hot tub where an exhausted couple reconnected after a long week, every patient grandmother teaching her young grandchildren how to swim in her swim spa, you made all those magical moments possible. I've seen your dedication firsthand. I've watched you answer emergency calls on holiday weekends, and we all know that one July weekend I'm talking about when you finally stole a day at the cottage with your family and the phone rang during dinner. Mrs. Thompson's daughter's wedding was the next day, and her pool had just turned green. You drove back and fixed it that very night, because that's who you are. I am sure you realize by now that this is my digital avatar delivering my message. Those who know me will recognize these are entirely my words, my convictions. I chose this deliberately, not for convenience, but for disruption. We're facing an existential threat. Mass merchants are using your products as loss leaders to build traffic and create profitable weekly shopping carts, ultimately harming you, the local independent dealers who built this industry. We've been here before. In the 1980s and 90s, we beat similar predators through relentless innovation and customer intimacy. We weaponized our size, being faster, more flexible, more willing to embrace messy, imperfect, emerging technologies. I, along with many others, including my trusted teammates, have helped pioneer the industry's continuous evolution of water testing, from 2-part pH and chlorine kits in the store bathroom to today's cloud-based, AI-augmented predictive prescription systems. Every iteration faced resistance. Every breakthrough felt uncomfortable. We persisted. We prevailed. My avatar represents that same pioneering spirit. Technology that today feels jarring will be commonplace within a year. Your competitors, including mass merchants, will use it. More likely, they already are. The question isn't whether to adopt these tools, but how quickly you'll master them to defend your business. I could have delivered this message traditionally, a comfortable keynote or conventional video recording. I chose discomfort to make a point. Survival and thriving demand that we stay ahead of the innovation curve, not increasingly behind it. Please focus on both the critical message about our industry's future and why I'm modeling this approach and technology now. We're smart, local, independent, and yes, quietly passionate Canadians. That's not our weakness, it's our superpower, but only if we're brave enough to use it. Let's get uncomfortable together. Our survival depends on it. Okay, with that programming note out of the way, let's get back to the issue. I've seen you spend hours patiently teaching a nervous first-time owner about pH, alkalinity, calcium hardness, and, more importantly, why good water balance is the best way to protect their backyard investment, prevent unnecessary repair bills, and ensure a problem-free pool or hot tub. You mastered transforming what could have been major customer frustration into confidence and peace of mind. You didn't just build businesses, you built an entire industry from the ground up precisely this way, one relationship at a time. And that is why what I must share with you now comes from both my head and my heart. After all we've built together, I refuse to stand by quietly and watch the Backyard Leisure Specialist retail channel be dismantled as recklessly as it is unfolding. I speak to you with a quiet moral authority earned over 52 years of hard work alongside you, and with an urgent appeal. We must face the truth of our situation and act together to protect our future. Here's a hard exercise I need you to try. Pull up your sales numbers from last year. Look at your total recurring revenue from water care products, parts, and supplies. Got that number? Now estimate the total number of pools, swim spas, hot tubs, and cold plunge tubs in your market that you have built, sold, or serviced since the very first day you opened your business doors. Multiply that number by what an average owner should spend in a year on maintenance and supplies. Are you sitting down? If you're like most dealers across Canada, despite creating 100% of the demand in your market, You're now capturing less than 35% of the recurring revenue from your own customers. For every dollar your customer spends with you, they spend $2 more elsewhere in your community with mega mass merchants, mega online discounters, or suppliers who also sell directly. $2 out of 3 are going to companies that did not create that customer relationship, that do nothing to maintain our industry's standards, that will never be there when the pump fails on a holiday weekend. You know? If you have felt like you're working harder than ever yet somehow watching your market slip through your fingers, you're not imagining it. The numbers don't lie. This is not just another rough patch, tweaking a few things, shaving costs, or negotiating slightly better prices. Those are Band-Aids on a bone-deep wound. When you're only retaining a third of the market you built, incremental change isn't just impractical, it's denial. It's time for a moonshot. By moonshot, I don't mean working harder. You're already working plenty hard. I mean an audacious leap, a complete change of gravitational orbit away from the profitless red ocean world. And remember, we have faced this before. In the 1970s, mass merchants controlled nearly 70% of the pool chemical market. However, we fought back and turned the tables. We introduced programmed water care, pioneered in-store testing, and conducted thousands of pool owner education evenings, through which we reclaimed the majority of the market by 1990. That was our first moonshot. And then, slowly, we stopped prioritizing innovation. The very thing that saved us in the 1980s and 1990s became fossilized. For 50 years, yes, 50 years, the three-step water care program hardly changed. Meanwhile, the world did. What was once our three-step water care fortress has become an open gate through which the discounter's three-step Trojan horse galloped through the open front door of your businesses. Let's talk plainly about manufacturers and about ourselves. Manufacturers are not evil. They are businesses making rational decisions to maximize their profits. That's their job. However, you should also ensure that the vendors you support with your purchase orders are fully aligned with your business success. Manufacturers fall into 3 groups. Some are fully aligned. Their mission is entirely tied to your success. You succeed, they succeed. Some are only partially aligned. They provide differentiated branding, typically good service, and occasionally unique products, at least for a few years, while you build the market. However, they still chase orders from big box, mass merchants, and omni-channel discounters. These vendors directly profit from the mega discount retailers' poaching of customers from your local business. That's win-win for them, clearly a lose-win for you. And finally, some vendors clearly are not aligned at all. They've partnered with low-cost discounters and treat you as extra volume, but they can be entertaining to golf with. And now, let's be brutally honest about ourselves. The Pro Channel also forgot the lessons of the 1980s moonshot. Standing still always leads to commoditization. We stopped championing innovation. Back then, we innovated relentlessly. From 2-part test kits to Titrant labs with exciting-to-watch electric stirrers to programmable calculators with thermal printers, to the first Radio Shack and Commodore color computers, to the desktop IBM PC platform. And finally, to 2008, when Backyard Brands introduced the first cloud-based prescription process. Each leap was another disruptive step that kept us ahead of commoditization. Now, think of our challenge as a force of gravity, relentlessly pulling your customers' recurring revenue towards their red ocean. The giants have enormous buying power, time convenience, and one-click shopping. That's their red ocean gravitational pull. To break free, we need stages of propulsion. Stage 1. Technology. Walmart cannot deploy AI-driven water testing that predicts problems. Amazon cannot guide families through hydroxyl-based purification systems. This is purposeful technology that we can deliver alone. Stage 2, Pure Wow service. Mega online discounters and Amazon deliver boxes. You all provide and give peace of mind. You deliver consistent Pure Wow service. They don't notice the new puppy, or answer a Victoria Day call, or remember the Patel grandkid's sensitive skin, but you do. Stage 3, the Canadian advantage. When a family spends $1 at your store, 66 cents stay in your community. At a U.S. big box, 11 cents. Amazon, 8. You are not just a retailer of pools, swim spas, hot tubs, and cold plunge tubs. You are a driving force for prosperity in your community. So what do you do on Monday morning? What do you do the month after? Here is a 6-month action plan. Month 1, tell your story. Add thank you for supporting our locally owned Canadian business. Your purchase keeps jobs and prosperity in our community to every receipt, every email, every interaction. Month 2, rank and align your vendors. Ask them, are you building the future with me or managing my decline? Rank them. Vote with your purchase orders. Month 3, remember history. The only way to win against Goliaths using commodities as loss leaders is to change your orbit. Don't fight them on their battlefield. Choose purposeful differentiation. Month 4, champion new, better, and healthier technologies like the amazing new hydroxyl fusion and mineral fusion water care technologies. These elevate backyard living beyond what legacy synthetic chemistries can deliver. Month 5, train and inspire your team. Show them why recurring revenue is lifeblood and innovation is survival. Get them excited about being revolutionaries, not clerks. And while we are talking training, reinvent training itself. Today's learners grew up with TikTok, YouTube, podcasts, and ChatGPT at their fingertips. PowerPoints and lecture halls still have a minor place, but we must invest in training methods that meet this generation where they are, not where we were 30 years ago. Month 6. Build pure wow experiences that mass merchants cannot copy. Host new owner boot camps. Run swim in drinking water demonstrations. Offer backyard wellness consultations. Call customers 3 days after a problem-solving purchase. 100% of those opportunities to stand out from the crowd. Every pure wow moment builds loyalty and turns customers into storytellers, driving business growth and success. By following this 6-month revolution, you will begin to reclaim your rightful place, remind your community why you matter, and shift the battlefield to where giants cannot compete. After 52 years of serving in our industry, I can tell you, change does not come from perfect timing. It comes from people deciding they've had enough. And I know, you've had enough. You deserve better than 35% of the market you created. Canadian families deserve your expertise, your care, your commitment. Communities deserve the jobs and pride you provide. We prevailed once before. We can do it again. The moonshot is not a dream. It is a decision. The rocket is on the launch pad. The countdown has begun. Let's fire it up. Let's flip the script again. Let's light our Canadian moonshot. Together. Thank you.